You had the reunion yesterday.
I left early.
You left early?
Yes, I did.
Did you see the Joe Budden Consequence fight?
The first incident that went down, well, first of all, I'm going to say this. I seen Consequence with these dark sunglasses on when we first got to the stage. And I was just like, you know, I've known Consequences. I was in Consequence's first video back in like 94. Long time ago.
Which video was this?
I don't even remember the name of the song, but apparently his sister has. This was in 94.
Was this Tribe Called Quest or was this Consequence?
This is Consequence. This is when he was trying to do his own thing. This was when he was kind of hanging with Kanye and all of them.
Oh, okay, right.
So I've known him for a really long time. And I saw him with these dark glasses on yesterday when we first got to the stage, and I was just like, well, maybe him and Jen had a fight. I didn't know. You know, I'm just thinking he's just in a bad mood or whatever. And I'm pregnant, so they didn't have me on the stage because I kept going back and forth to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom, and when I came back from the bathroom, as I'm walking out the backstage area to go back to where the stage was, I get knocked back into the room because of this commotion. So prior to that, I had just saw Joe's mom in the back. We were talking, we were kicking it for a second, and so I went back to get her. You know, I'm like 4 months pregnant, running in 7-inch heels, trying to get her son, but I thought he was fighting with someone in the audience because it had taken place like behind where the audience was sitting or something like that. So they were like, oh, Joe's fighting, and this. I didn't know with who. And then everybody was like, oh, Consequence snuffed him, whatever happened or whatever. And then everything was cool. They cleared everything up. We shot 2 more scenes. We were sitting again. It was time to switch seats. They put Consequence right next to me for some reason. I don't know what the hell that is all about.
Right.
So he's sitting right next to me, and it's Jen and then Yandy. And Joe comes in, and the producers are like in the middle. Joe comes in, talks to the producer. So I look over, I look at Cons like, dog, don't even try it. I'm sitting right here. I ain't got time to be running. He was like, nah, I ain't tripping on that nigga. No problem. Joe goes to the stage. He's sitting on the stage. Mona's getting ready to do her welcome back to Love and Hip Hop. The reunion is. So
what you're saying is even after the fight, they're still together in the same room?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Joe goes to the stage.
Just to interrupt you for 1 second. Apparently Tahiri punched Consequence?
No, I think what happened was when Consequence hit Joe, she was in the mix and he hit her by mistake.
Oh wait, Consequence hit Tahiri?
By mistake. I think she might have gotten pushed out. You know, like, that's like me hitting him because I got pushed out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think her reaction was to hit him. But that's what they told me. Okay. So I don't know if that. Right. But Cons did tell me she slapped him. Because when Cons came and sat next to me, I'm like, well, man, what the hell just happened? Like, I'm confused. And that's when he was like, you know, what happened with Hot 90. See, I didn't even know the beef with the radio stations. I don't live here, so I don't, and I'm not on the blog, so I didn't know about any of that.
Okay.
So I was like, what the hell happened? And he was like, nah, he was talking shit to radio, this, and he you know, brought me into the loop of what the hell was going on.
Right.
Right, so then Joe gets back on the stage. Consequence is sitting next to me on the couch. Joe's over there. And Mona's getting ready to say her intro. And Joe, out of nowhere, I'ma fuck you up. To Consequence. He gets up. Consequence gets up. So what you trying to do, nigga? They going. Joe charges towards us. So now, in the midst of him charging towards us, I don't know what the hell to do because to the left of me is cameras. They're like, there's nowhere for me to really go but to jump up on top of the stage. As Joe's running, so are 10 bodyguards running towards us. When I tell you this is Consequence right here, I'm literally sitting next to this dude, like sitting next to this guy. So I jump up, I climb to the top of the, you know, because it just got so crazy. And then, you know, one of the producers, I was like, I want to go home. I don't feel like you guys have this under control. I don't feel like, you know, it's safe. And then it was crazy because right after I said that, I go to the back. So I guess apparently all the security focused on that. And the backstage door wasn't covered. So someone had gotten in to the backstage and they were back there. And I heard some of the girls yelling and something had gotten to it. One of the producers came and started yelling and it was a breach of security because somebody was back there. One of the audience members, I guess, or somebody was back there they weren't supposed to be. So at that point, I was just like, it's time to go.
Do you know who was fighting backstage?
No, I couldn't hear. We were separated into rooms. Okay. So I just heard like screaming and commotion. I don't know exactly who was having the issue because I was already dressed in my regular clothes. My bag was packed and I was getting the hell out of there.
Okay. So
I didn't see, and then, you know, I guess everyone afterwards was saying that there were more fights with them, and then Rashida and Rocky had got into something, I heard, or it was just crazy.
Rashida and Rocky got into a physical?
I don't think it was physical, but I heard Rashida took her shoes off, so it could have been. I mean, see, that's the thing. The security that they have can control the women.
Right.
Because you have these big men, 400 pounds, and they can pick up the girl and take her to the other side.
When you kind of a big girl, though.
She's not that big of a girl.
Not?
No.
Yeah, it just looks that way on
I think maybe the hair makes her look taller or something, but Rashida's like 5'6". I mean, she wears high heels all the time. So, you know, maybe it's
6 feet tall.
Yeah, but I've been with Rashida in slippers and I can see her eye to eye. Like, she's not this monster that you guys, I don't see it. Like, she's not this that you guys make her out to be at all. It could have gotten ugly had I not moved out the way.
Did he get to Consequence? Or did
I don't think so.
Security
no.
kind of.
Yeah, security took, because at that point Consequence was then standing on the couch. Because when he came, Consequence stood up on the couch, like I guess to get leverage. I don't know, whatever his thing was, but he was standing up on the couch when security grabbed him. Unless they grabbed him and lifted him up. But when I finally climbed up to the top and I was able to see what the hell was going on, Jen and Yandy were all the way on the other side of the stage. The audience members were asking to leave. You know,
really?
It was, I mean, just imagine a stampede of 10 security and this Joe Budden guy barging at you. And you're sitting in the audience in a chair. And there's nowhere behind you to go. There's nothing. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to, you know, it puts you in a, you feel like you're in an unsafe environment. And that's how I felt. Like, I really felt like this is the second time I've been put in this situation and I haven't even been here 2 hours. You know, what's going to happen in the next 5 hours to come? It's just, for me, it's not worth it to speak my piece and go up there and say, well, L'Oreal did this to me. It's not worth it. Like, it wasn't worth it for me to deal with that. I didn't feel like I needed to defend myself. I didn't feel like, you know, the show was for entertainment. They showed you what they wanted you to see.
You know, you make that fake ass movie and made a fake ass edit and lied about everything that took part, you know what I mean? But you did it to assassinate me.
And believe me, he been getting his worth out of that female, and I heard something about it that in the pre-agreement or nothing that he said he want his titties and that booty back if it go down. He owned that.